General Hospital star Cameron Mathison mourns Christmas alone this year. It looks like General Hospital star Cameron Mathison is going to have a blue Christmas. The Hallmark alum recently revealed how his holiday plans are going to be dramatically different from previous decades. Over the summer, he shocked fans when he and his wife Vanessa announced that they split. They were married 22 years. This has resulted in a total disruption of his holiday. What did the great American family star reveal about this year's holiday season? Cameron Mathison is going to be spending Christmas alone this year. Anna Swenson alum Cameron Mathison is going to be spending this Christmas alone. The General Hospital star recently spoke to Entertainment No at this year's Christmas Con about his holiday plans. Firstly, he acknowledged that things will be very lonely now that he and his ex-wife Vanessa split over the summer. Therefore, their 2 children will be spending this holiday season with their mother. Cameron Mathison is going to be spending Christmas alone this year. Anna Swenson alum Cameron Mathison is going to be spending this Christmas alone. The General Hospital star recently spoke to Entertainment No at this year's Christmas Con about his holiday plans. Firstly, he acknowledged that things will be very lonely now that he and his ex-wife Vanessa split over the summer. Therefore, their 2 children will be spending this holiday season with their mother. General Hospital star went to Europe to visit children. While the holidays are important, life is already different for Cameron Mathison this year. That is because both of his children went away to school in Europe. His daughter Layla is at the American University in Paris. She is studying psychology there. As for son Lucas, he is in London, studying fashion design through the foundation program at Central St. Martin. Although they left in the summer for fall classes, he did visit both of them in October. He shared videos and photos of each trip, beaming with pride at each of his children. He saw historic sites, took in a David Gilmour concert, and spent quality time with each of his kids. Cameron Mathison may be ending this transitional year in a new way. He is also starting 2025 with a new project. He shared, "I'm launching something called Health 360. It's a functional health coaching company. The snow outside his Lake Tahoe cabin fell in lazy spirals, blanketing the world in silence. Cameron Mathison stood by the window, coffee cooling in his hands, the mug emblazoned with the word joy. It had been a gift from his late mother, a woman who used to say that joy wasn't something you found, it was something you chose, even in pain. Especially in pain. But this year, Cameron wasn't choosing it. Not because he didn't want to, but because he couldn't find it. Not in the glittering lights, not in the carefully hung ornaments on the spruce tree in the corner, not even in the distant laughter of neighbors echoing through the trees. This was his first Christmas alone in over 2 decades. Hollywood had taught him how to smile when his heart was fractured, how to deliver lines with a gleam in his eye even when he was hurting. But this wasn't a soap opera. This wasn't General Hospital. This was real. And in the quiet of this secluded retreat, the man behind Drew Kane was just Cameron, father, son, husband, and now widower. He hadn't planned to spend Christmas in the cabin. It was a last-minute decision after declining an invite to a cast holiday dinner. He told them he needed rest, that he was under the weather. And technically, it wasn't a lie. Grief is a kind of sickness, one that doesn't just weigh on the heart, but the body too. It slows you down, makes everything feel a little colder. He looked at the photograph on the mantel, Vanessa, his wife of 20 years, smiling beneath a red knit beanie, snowflakes caught in her lashes, their kids, Lucas and Layla, pressing in close to her sides. It had been taken 5 Christmases ago, the last one they all spent together in this very cabin. Lucas was in Europe now, doing a semester abroad in Paris. Layla had just started college on the East Coast, deep into finals, unsure if she'd make it home before New Year's. He didn't want to burden them with his pain. They had enough of their own. He sat by the fire, the crackle of burning logs filling the silence. The tree twinkled with soft white lights, artificial, not the ones Vanessa used to insist on stringing by hand while Christmas music blasted and cookies burned in the oven. He smiled at the memory, then immediately felt the tears push forward. He let them fall. It wasn't weakness. It was love. It was missing. It was real. He'd always thought he'd be stronger than this. He had beaten cancer, faced the unforgiving grind of the industry, stood tall during public scrutiny. But this was different. This wasn't something to fight. It was something to live through. His phone buzzed softly on the coffee table. A message from Kelly Monaco. Thinking of you, Cam. If you change your mind, you're always welcome. We miss you. He almost replied. Almost. But what would he say? That he appreciated it but couldn't pretend this year? That he didn't want to smile and toast and make small talk while his soul felt like it was floating somewhere miles above his body? Instead, he turned the phone face down. Outside, the snow was falling harder now, erasing the familiar outlines of trees and trails. The world was losing its shape, softening into white. A fresh start, some would say. A chance to paint something new on a blank canvas. He wasn't there yet. He rose and walked to the upright piano in the corner, another thing Vanessa had insisted on bringing up from L.A. You never play anymore, she'd said. Maybe up there, with nothing else to do, you will. He had rolled his eyes but helped haul the thing inside. Now he lifted the cover, fingers hovering above the keys. Slowly, he played the opening notes of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. The melody came out hesitant at first, but steadier with each bar. It was her favorite. She'd hum it for weeks leading up to the 25th, even when the kids begged her to stop. He didn't sing. Couldn't. But playing it felt like a thread back to her, a way to keep her in the room, at least in memory. He finished and let his hands rest on the keys, not moving for a long time. The cabin was dim now, the firelight flickering across the wooden walls, casting long shadows. He poured himself a glass of wine, Merlot, her favorite, and sat at the kitchen table. He took out a worn leather journal, its spine cracked, pages stuffed with notes and scribbles and doodles from the years they spent here. He wrote, December 25th, first Christmas without you. The silence is deafening. I miss your laugh. I miss your coffee. I miss the way you always over-decorated the mantel like it was a Macy's window. I miss the way you loved me. I'm trying, Ness. I'm trying to remember joy. But today, I'll just remember you. The tears came again, but this time they didn't knock him over. This time they felt like a release. Later, as he sat by the window watching the snow settle like stardust on the ground, he saw something faint but real. A fox moving slowly through the drifts, pausing to glance at the house. Its fur was the same warm auburn as Vanessa's hair. He smiled, really smiled, for the first time that day. Maybe it meant nothing. Maybe it meant everything. He closed his eyes and whispered into the night, Merry Christmas, my love. Author's note. In this fictionalized, heartfelt glimpse into the life of beloved GH star Cameron Mathison, we explore the very real weight of grief during the holidays. It's a reminder that even the brightest stars need time in the dark to heal. While Cameron is very much alive and continues to bring strength and light to fans worldwide, this story is a tribute to those navigating loss during a season of celebration. You never truly spend Christmas alone, not when love lingers in every memory, every melody, every snowflake. Let me know if you want to personalize this more or shape it around real-life elements from Cameron's life. The tears came again, but this time they didn't knock him over. This time they felt like a release. Later, as he sat by the window watching the snow settle like stardust on the ground, he saw something faint but real. A fox moving slowly through the drifts, pausing to glance at the house. Its fur was the same warm auburn as Vanessa's hair. He smiled, really smiled, for the first time that day. Maybe it meant nothing. Maybe it meant everything. He closed his eyes and whispered into the night, Merry Christmas.